This man possessed the power to replicate others' superpowers. His pirated abilities were even stronger than the originals, all because his brother was willing to be pierced by a long sword for a promise. Along gripped the sword's tip with his bare hands. Exanyu quickly ran away, saying, "I'll hold him back in his death throes. Damn it!" At that moment, a dark figure blocked their path. Exanyu didn't know whether she should be sad or not, but Duan Fei, like the Grim Reaper, gripped the wrist of the C-rank Renwang. "Do you know who you're dealing with?" It turned out that Along had encountered Xiao Yun while escaping with Exanyu. Facing Xiao Yun's rebuke, Along angrily grabbed him. "How can we trample on other people's lives like that, locking up and torturing a little girl? If I hadn't already, you would have only risked your own life against the 9 S-rank superpowered officers. Although the top 8 are on missions, even if we combined our strength, we wouldn't be a match for the 9th-ranked Blade King." Along concluded, "If you still consider me a close friend, immediately notify Black Spade and have him deliver a message to Duan Fei." Xiao Yun exclaimed in disbelief. How could one person possibly stand against the entire Skynet headquarters? However, Duan Fei's presence at that moment exuded the overwhelming pressure of a powerful being. The Blade King dared not resist. Duan Fei's punch sent him reeling, his brain shutting down and him falling unconscious. He was thrown over 100 meters, embedding himself in the wall with a deafening explosion. "Is this still my brother? So powerful." Duan Fei and Jiang Xinyue embraced tightly. "Xinyue, I'm sorry, brother is late. All the torment I suffered vanished in tears." Xinyue clutched her brother's clothes tightly. "Brother, please save brother Long. He was so badly injured protecting me." Although his breath was weak, no matter how Duan Fei called out, Along remained unconscious. "Along, hold on." Just as his life force began to dissipate, the Blade King, filled with resentment and hatred, charged forward from afar. "I'll cut you all into dust, you Earth-level trash." At that moment, a murderous intent blazed from his eyes. "Calm down." The 2 boxes exploded with a series of loud cracks, dispersing the surrounding smoke. The next instant, Blade King was slashed from behind by a sword. It turned out Duan Fei had used a shadow clone with only 1/10 of its original strength. At the same time, a pop-up notification appeared. S-rank skill blade replication successful. A bootleg is a bootleg. The next instant, Duan Fei's shadow enveloped him. "Are you sure my power is bootleg?" Then, blades sprouted from every angle in the surrounding shadow space. "You've completely mastered my power?" Just as Duan Fei gave the order to kill, the surrounding blades rained down on Blade King. Pikachu filled the entire space. Then, a beam of light exploded from the space. Blade King, at the cost of serious injury, shattered the entire space with sharp blades, showing you the true power of my power. Physical fitness is the key to enhancing power. In this episode, I'll see how you withstand Duan Fei. There was no need to fight head-on, but he cut off 4 of my hairs while I was dodging. What's wrong with me? That's it. I told you it's bootleg. Unable to defeat the original, the Blade King's brief advantage boosted his confidence. However, seeing Duan Fei's relaxed expression, the king panicked. He immediately switched his power to its strongest form. "Your appearance is disgusting." As a result, dozens of Blade King's attacks missed. Crescent Moon needed to continuously supply energy to Alone with her power and couldn't provide support. Meanwhile, Duan Fei freely traversed the jungle. "Is this all your strength?" The next second, Duan Fei suddenly disappeared. He had activated his skill Shadow Strike. When he reappeared, he was already above Blade King, his right hand forming a blade that tore through Blade King's chest. The intense pain caused Blade King to curse. "You despicable villain! If you hadn't stolen my power, you'd be nothing but trash." Duan Fei fell silent. "Can't you see the difference? Then let me show you despair." In the next instant, an extreme burst of flames slammed into the king. The flames on Duan Fei's body were now even stronger than when Alone burned his life force. Xian Yu immediately recognized it as Brother Long's superpower. A roar from Blade King echoed through the smoke. What was that? How could a human possess so many abilities? He was clearly just a low-level, useless, bootleg hybrid, while she was the strongest warrior with S-rank superpowers. Duan Fei declared with a raised hand, "You've already lost." The flames in Duan Fei's hand, like liquid magma, enveloped Blade King and Identification King, burning them to ashes. She refused to acknowledge Duan Fei's overwhelming power and superpowers. The next instant, intense flames, fueled by energy input, exploded through the wall like a nuclear bomb. The temperature of the flames almost vaporized everything. Blade King, bursting forth with a desperate fighting spirit within the flames, charged through the fire like an unkillable cockroach, its indomitable remains. The system notified me that the contracted party had died, rendering the S-rank blade ability ineffective and returning 50% of the ability fragments. Next, I just had to wipe out Skynet headquarters. But then the purification spell throbbed violently. "Please leave immediately." I sensed an unprecedented crisis approaching. An incomparably powerful energy was rapidly drawing near. 3 seconds later, a white-haired man asked in confusion, "Sai, has he already escaped? That's good. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to resist killing him right now. Finally, I've found you."